This was the chaotic scene of an operation by Homeland Security investigations as they swept through this restaurant at the corner of Beach and 30th Street. Heavily armed agents can be seen in full tactical gear as cars block the streets off. In this video, you can hear loud booms and sirens as community members surrounded their cars. Pedro Rios with American Friends Service Committee was there and watched as people were taken away in handcuffs.
The agents fired sound grenades, flashbang grenades at the crowd.
Claire Cody works at Buena Forcheta. She had just clocked in for her shift at about 4:30 Friday afternoon when she says several men in trucks went inside saying they had a search warrant. Claire says agents put employees in handcuffs to check their ID.
There was no stopping them. There was like 30 ICE. There was 30 of them. I mean, we were just all in shock. They just came at a time where it was so unexpected.
Before the restaurant opened up for dinner, staff put up this close sign. Claire says employees here are all like a big family and they're heartbroken.
They took people. They took some of our employees.
Immigrants, not hate. That's what makes America great.
Meanwhile, outside the restaurant, the community pushed back.
It was quite clear that there was just a complete rejection by the community of the federal agents of conducting this in their community and neighborhood.
And I did reach out to the Department of Homeland Security to find out more information about this operation, and I'm still waiting to hear back. For now, Esmeralda Perez, CBS.
Chaotic scene from a federal immigration's raid on a popular San Diego restaurant is drawing new attention to government tactics and a push to fulfill President Trump's promise to deport millions in a historic crackdown. As seen on social media and local news, armed and masked agents in full tactical gear swarmed the area of a popular Italian restaurant called Buena Forcheta last Friday afternoon. A crowd of people gathered, filming and yelling in protest, surrounding the detention van. Then moments later, the sound of a flashbang along with smoke can be seen and heard. A special agent with the Department of Homeland Security stated that officials were, quote, executing a criminal search warrant during a workplace raid. Some witnesses and news reports state that agents at first handcuffed the entire restaurant crew as they asked for identification. Several workers were ultimately detained, though witness accounts differ on how many. One employee cried while speaking to the news on Friday as she described how federal agents handcuffed her co-workers in the restaurant just before it was scheduled to open. The crowd of locals at one point blocked an unmarked DHS vehicle from leaving a nearby intersection. They shouted profanities and called agents fascist. Agents sounded sirens and deployed what was described to be smoke devices to disperse the crowd. Some news reports also suggest that San Diego police were asked to assist at the scene of Friday's workplace raid, though the department's involvement is unclear. A general manager by the name of Renato stated that he described the surprise raid as very traumatizing for all employees, who said they were handcuffed and subsequently asked for their identification. He also stated that he believed that 3 workers were taken away after being unable to produce ID. Quote, they just showed up with no explanation. After the agents left, I would say there were about 25 of them. They surrounded the building and they came inside and literally pushed me to the wall and they handcuffed everyone. An agent stated that he arrived at around 4:30 p.m. and stayed for little more than an hour. During the course of the operation, a large crowd grew out in the streets, many of them from the neighborhood who came to support the restaurant. The person also stated that it did get quite loud at times. The general manager also stated that he had no idea what prompted the raid, but came to the defense of the restaurant's ownership. And the restaurant is one of multiple dining venues in San Diego County and in Orange County owned by Hito. The South Park location is the first restaurant he opened locally. Mayor Todd Gloria issued a statement Saturday expressing his displeasure with the actions taken by ICE agents and stated that he has communicated his concerns with Homeland Security. Quote, federal actions like this are billed as public safety measures, but it has had the complete opposite effect. What we saw undermines trust and creates fear in our community. I raised these concerns and my strong objections directly with Homeland Security Investigations leadership this morning. I will continue to advocate for the respect, dignity, rights, and security of everyone in our community. At the end of the day, as I've stated for months, things would have been different if people would have just listened, if people would have opted to just hear out the Black community on how things are going to go, if people would have just simply paid attention. But as we can clearly see, you have a lot of people messing around and they are sorely finding out. And this is what it looks like. This is what, in a sense, some people would want to maybe address to be karma, because you didn't want to take an ear to the other people that look differently than you, because you felt that you have more of a stance, more of a place, that you are more suited or fitted here. Or in a lot of other instances, as debates go online, you have some people that feel that, oh, you know, we're indigenous to these lands too. This was originally, you know, our land, all this other type of stuff. I mean, you know, it happens. It happens. And like a lot of people like to state, we don't live in the past. We're living in today. We're dealing with the fact of you have the conquerors, right, that are here, that still exist. They still have ownership of the land. They still rule. They're still able to pull from the minerals and the resources and make up the laws, rules, and the regulations. And now you're looking at the full totality of the effect. A lot of them feel as though that they are honorary, that they fit directly in because of the color of their skin. They feel as though that, hey, if I just vote the same, dress the same, talk and walk, and I share from the same viewpoint or perspective, that automatically makes them the same, or at least as close as possible to the ruling class. And the main thing that I've told people before is that if you decide to go this route, the exact same way that they allowed you in, it's going to be the exact same way that they're going to throw you out. And that's what's being showcased in 4K. Nobody can try to dismiss it. Nobody can try to say, oh, this isn't the fact. This is just here. You're watching it. Once the Republican Party was able to get all of the power that they needed just to have the whole totality of the whole government, they began to run a full course and push whatever it is that they wanted to push in order to get those people out. They allowed you in here to get government assistance. They allowed you in here to get education, to get food and housing. They allowed you in here to even work. And all of that was for free. You didn't really have to work. You didn't have to show nothing. All you had to do was just basically be here and show up. That's all you had to do. That was the only requirement that they had. And even within that, the variety of, you know, different regimes that we've had, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, you know, certain things have been passed and enacted so that people could have a little bit of protection, right? Just for a little bit. And even after that protection was gone, you know, you had those out there in government that's like, hey, we're going to lengthen this for another few years or so, right? But it's still going to be teetering. It's still going to be, you know, not directly straight and center. It's going to be left or right. It's going to be looking shaky, right? And they did that in order to make people think that they have a safety net, that it's possible that everything will be okay. And they got you. 100%. They told the greatest lies. They weaved the greatest of tales. And you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. No matter what it is that Black Americans have told you, no matter what our history is and how it is that we can tell you these things, we can show you these things, we can give you written documents on these things, 3 different types of proof. And y'all still said, no, that's okay. We got it. We don't need you. We got ourselves and we got them. Work on yourselves. That's what y'all told us. And here you guys are at a restaurant, and you're going through this, where unknown amount of people are being arrested, are being targeted, are being placed in vehicles, are being asked for paperwork. It's crazy work. It's diabolical, and they're pulling up wearing masks on, but they're working for the government, but they're hiding their face. Imagine that. But like I said, it is what it is. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.